This is just kind of building onto the contract of sale. There are quite a few things that will be repeated here because basically you're getting the contract of sale ready and your disclosure statement ready, and you're giving everything to your agent. And this is the marketing agent checklist that you've got to give to them. So make sure that you've got these details before. So once you've actually gone to the solicitor, this should be fairly easy, except for a few things that you might have to add here, which are more marketing specific rather than what you actually need to give to your lawyer. So let's go through the details. So basically, development name. So if you've chosen a name for your development, developer's contact details. If you've got a dedicated website that showcases your development, floor plans, walkthroughs, whatever. There are a lot of websites out there that showcase what the development is. If you've actually got a really good architect, and the architect's got a good name, you should leverage off it. Use the name of the architect or the draftsman or whatever. Owner's corporate estimate that you would have already got by now because you had to give it to the lawyers before you actually got here. If you've already appointed a builder. Now, again, if you're using a really good builder, make sure you ask them or get their permission to be able to use their name in your marketing material. Because you can get leverage off them. Because if your builders actually built a lot of stuff and you are a newbie, it actually gives you a lot of credibility with the buyers, because they know that a very known builder is actually building it. Or even with the lenders, you get credibility because they know that a very known builder is actually building that development. Expected construction commencement and completion dates. So get your builder to give you a project schedule or a completion duration, which you should have by this time. Different contract terms, basically deposit percentages that you'll specify with your solicitor anyway. Sunset clause. Essentially, a sunset clause notes that if a project is not completed by a certain time, then the contract is void, and the buyer's deposit will be refunded and they are free to look elsewhere. Stamp duty payable. In Victoria, the things, as I said, Form 4A in Victoria, which basically tells them about the stamp duty savings and what would be the value of land. Whether or not you're going to use the margin scheme, so you've got to specify that. Fixtures and fittings, this is in a lot more detail. If you don't know what these things are, get your architect to do them, or get an interior designer to put these things in detail for you. It costs money every time you get somebody else to do it, but sometimes it's just easier to get somebody else to put all these things together. I have in the past, have done it myself, and also appointed somebody else to do it for us. In kitchen and bathroom vanity details, you need stone bench tops, details of joinery, for example, island bench, whether or not you're using that. Whether your joinery is 2-pack or laminate or whatever it is, or it's going to be timber look or so on. Cooktops, you've got gas, electric, what kind of cooktops you're going to use. You can also mention brand names for range hoods or dishwasher or air conditioning, heating, whether or not you're using solar. If you are supplying an inverter, what location you're going to put that in, or a hot water unit or type. There are solar hot water units available now that you can use. Other miscellaneous details could be bicycle storage facility. Do you provide a bicycle? For example, in the development that I'm doing, I am providing a bicycle storage facility for apartments in Fitzroy. You've got storage size, construction material, floors and party wall construction, window glazing, what kind of glazing is it, laminate, double glazing, and so on. Ceiling heights. If ceiling height is a feature, do always highlight it so that it's easier to sell them, or people see a lot of perceived value in it. Balcony details, tiling, PowerPoints, all those things. Kitchen, bathroom venting, is it going to be internal or external? Bathroom and kitchen details, you got to provide that in a soft copy so that the agent can actually flick it in an email to the client. Environmental initiative, any kind of green initiatives you've taken in your development. Acoustic report, ESD is the environmentally sustainable design report. Estimated rental, get a rental appraisal so that you can show it to a potential buyer who might be an investor to see what kind of money they can get, what kind of return they can get on the development. Depreciation schedules, full set of plans showing room sizes and soft copy and so on. Developer and builders previous completed project. If you've completed projects in the past, or the developer that or the builder that you are working with has completed projects in the past, that's actually a good thing to show to the new buyer, so that it establishes a track record and gives you credibility. And obviously the contract of sale disclosure statement of section 32 that you will get from your solicitor. So these are the checklists, and these are the things that you must prepare before you actually start approaching these people, because it will save you time and it will tell them that you are a professional person. And look, I refer to these things every time I'm at a step. So I make sure that I've got this, and before I go to them, people say, "Wow, Matt, you've got everything ready for us. So you just make our life so much easier." So make sure that you do your homework. You collect everything. You've got all these details before you approach an agent or your solicitor.